Good morning and welcome to Top of the Morning by Mint, your daily shot of sharp business intel, global trends and market movers. It's Wednesday, June 18th. I'm Nelson John. As the Iran-Israel conflict enters a dangerous sixth day, the U.S. flexes military muscle, and President Trump sounds the war drums. Meanwhile, PM Modi and Canada's leader, Mark Carney, shake hands and hit reset on frosty ties at G7. Plus, MakeMyTrip ditches Chinese control with a $3 billion power move. Israeli data analytics startup Coralogix bets big on Indian AI. And Hindustan Zinc digs deep with a 12,000 crore rupee expansion. All that and more right here on Top of the Morning. The U.S. is moving fast and forcefully in the Middle East as the Iran-Israel conflict enters its sixth day and tensions show no signs of easing. President Donald Trump has warned Tehran that America's patience is wearing thin, even as U.S. warships intercept Iranian missiles and fighter jets bolster Israeli defenses. We have complete and total control of the skies over Iran, Trump declared on social media, raising alarms of possible U.S. strikes on Iran's underground nuclear facilities, including the fortified Fordo plant. While B-2 stealth bombers capable of delivering bunker-busting GBU-57s haven't yet been deployed, the Pentagon confirms that they're on standby for a 30-hour sortie from Missouri if needed. On the ground and at sea, the U.S. is in full readiness mode. Destroyers in the Red Sea, Mediterranean and Baltic. The USS Carl Vinson and soon the USS Nimitz in the Arabian Sea and air squadrons across Middle East and Europe. Several Iranian missile strikes were intercepted en route to Israeli cities. Meanwhile, explosions lit up Tehran and Tel Aviv overnight. Israel struck oil depots near Iran's capital as both sides vow escalation. Civilian death tolls continue to rise, 224 in Iran, 24 in Israel. Trump has called for Iran's unconditional surrender, while stopping short of targeting the Iranian leader for now. After years of diplomatic chill, Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Canada Prime Minister Mark Carney turned a new page in bilateral ties with a high-profile meeting on the sidelines of the G7 summit in Canada's Kananaskis. It's extremely important for India and Canada to work together and achieve win-win cooperation, Prime Minister Modi said, striking a conciliatory note. This was their first meet since Carney took office in May 2025 and comes after a bruising fallout over the killing of Khalistani separatist Hardeep Singh Najjar in 2023, an episode that saw both countries expel diplomats. Now the two nations are pressing reset. Modi thanked Carney for the G7 invite and praised Canada's shared values of democracy, freedom and rule of law. Carney in turn hailed India's G20 leadership and global stature, calling Modi's presence an honor and highlighting cooperation on AI, energy security and anti-terrorism. India and Canada also agreed to restore full diplomatic representation, signaling intent to move forward. Economic ties were in focus too. Canadian companies continue to invest in India's growth story, while Indian firms are making inroads into Canada's economy. Modi's visit marks his sixth consecutive G7 appearance and his first Canadian trip in a decade. MakeMyTrip is making a bold move to rewrite its cap table. The Indian travel tech giant has announced plans to raise up to $3 billion via a mix of equity and convertible senior notes to buy back shares from Chinese travel giant Trip.com, according to a June 16th Nasdaq filing. The offering includes 14 million shares, possibly rising to 16.1 million, alongside $1.25 billion in convertible notes, with an additional $187.5 million option, based on current trading prices of $92 to $100 per share. The share sale alone could net $1.2 to $1.6 billion. The goal? To slash Trip.com's voting power in MakeMyTrip from a controlling 45.34% down to 19.99%. The filing makes it clear this is about shifting influence. Although we and Trip.com intend to reduce Trip.com's total voting power, there is no assurance, MMT noted cautiously. Trip.com has long been a significant backer of MakeMyTrip. But in an increasingly geopolitical world, especially with scrutiny over Chinese stakes in Indian tech, this deal could reshape the narrative. Founded by Deep Kaldra in 2000, MMT now positions itself not just as a travel platform, but as a more autonomous, investor-diversified digital powerhouse. Israeli data analytics startup Coralogix is going all in on India. Fresh off a $115 million Series E raise, the unicorn plans to channel most of that capital into scaling its India operations, from AI-driven R&D to cybersecurity. We are ramping up engineering and data science roles in India, said Navdeep Manaktala, Coralogix India head, in an interview with Mint. India now ranks among the firm's top 3 global markets alongside the US and Europe, backed by New View Capital, Next Equity, and CPP Investments. Coralogix is also eyeing a stronger presence in Bangalore while expanding its Gurgaon HQ. The company currently employs 150 people in India, nearly half its global workforce, serving sectors like BFSI, EdTech, and logistics. Notably, fintech and NBFCs are driving much of the Indian revenue. Its cybersecurity arm, Snowbit, launched in 2022, is already headquartered in India, with plans to scale up sharply amid rising demand. There's heightened interest across enterprises and startups, said Manaktala. India's projected $3.3 billion cybersecurity spend in 2025 alone strengthens the case. In a data-hungry, AI-first world, Coralogix is planting deep roots in India. And it's not just about code, but customers, compliance, and the next frontier of cyber defense. Hindustan Zinc Limited, HZL, is going big, launching a 12,000 crore rupee expansion to ramp up zinc production by 250 KTPA, the first leg of its ambitious plan to double output to 2 million tons per annum. The new smelter at its Debari complex in Rajasthan, an associated mine expansion, marks a major step forward. This is just the beginning, said CEO Arun Mishra. The next phase will focus on Dariba, with added ore from the Sindesar Khurd and Zawar mines. Cost efficiency is also a priority. CFO Sandeep Modi expects production costs to dip from $1,052 to $950 to $975 per ton over the next 3 years, unlocking stronger margins amid firm zinc and silver prices. While HCL shares fell 5.2% Tuesday, the company attributed it to the record date for its 10 rupee per share interim dividend. Beyond metals, HCL is setting its sight on rare earths, a strategic pivot as India battles supply shortages. The company is eager to tap into monazite-based reserves, but regulatory hurdles remain. The government is in talks and we expect changes soon, Mishra said. HCL's expansion signals more than growth. It's a strategic bet on India's future as a resource powerhouse. That's all for today. Thank you for joining in. We are eagerly looking forward to our next Top of the Morning episode, which will be packed with the latest in business news. Until then, this is Nelson John signing off. Have a great day.